Hey everyone, it is a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon in Janesville, Wisconsin. We are here to celebrate the Janesville Town Square Grand Prix presented by Blain's Farm and Fleet. We've got a great group of folks to chat with a little bit here today. And first up on the docket is Christine Rebout, who is the Executive Director of the Janesville Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Christine, thanks for being here today.
It's my pleasure. We would love to have you here on your bikes, but if we can't, having you here today will do.
We almost rode our bikes today, but with the weather uncertainty, we decided not to. So what do we have behind us here? Can you tell us a little bit about this background?
Yeah, you're looking at our new and improved town square. So we've got the J.P. Cullen Pavilion that we're standing on right now, and some beautiful riverfront that's opened up. And our pedestrian bridge is going to open in a few weeks, and there'll be even more ways to access the downtown, move out on your feet or on your bike.
So tell us, you're with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Tell us a little bit about why an event like Tour of America's Dairyland makes sense for the Janesville area.
Tour of America's Dairyland is one of our favorite events. Don't tell the others, but this is absolutely one of my favorite events. Our office is right downtown on Main Street, so I can look out my big bay window and see set up that morning. I can see the local businesses getting engaged in the event, opening their doors, sweeping their sidewalks, being ready for that business to come in. I can see the excitement. You can see the kids coming down to get their spots. It just builds a lot of excitement in the community. While we love that people coming down, spending money and the economic impact, more than that, we love seeing people enjoy our community. We see them out here having a picnic. We see them enjoying just being outside. Janesville's known as Wisconsin's great outside, and this bike race fits it perfectly. Yeah, we love being chosen. Not every community gets an opportunity to do this. We know it's a blessing to have you here, and we love having you here.
And we're right here on the Rock River, and this is really a new park here in Janesville. It's referred to as the Town Square, the Janesville Town Square, hence the name Janesville Town Square Grand Prix, presented by Blain's Farm and Fleet. And we were really, really lucky to have Jane Blain and Mick Gilbertson with us, husband and wife team. So this is our first joint interview in all the cities we've done so far. So welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for supporting this event.
Thanks.
We're excited. When Paul brought up the idea that you would be involved in the race and supporting the race, we were thrilled to have it because it's obviously a name that everybody in Wisconsin knows about. And so we just would love to know a little bit about what drove your interest in supporting this event.
Sure. Well, he's a cyclist, so it's instant appeal to him. But
nice job.
Yeah. Yep. But the idea of bringing this kind of attention to Janesville was really exciting. We were very flattered and thought as an opportunity to bring attention to Janesville, particularly downtown Janesville, and have people get to know Janesville the way we know it was really exciting. It was fun.
I was talking to her about getting involved as a sponsor, and I remember, going to school in Milwaukee during the Journal Sentinel Criterium series and things like that, and just how much excitement is around those events and how fun it is to watch the bikers come in, meet people, literally from all over the country, all over the world, and have them come to our town and, be involved with it. And I said, this is a really good thing. It's family friendly. Yeah. It's an all-day event, and it's just one of those fun things you can really get behind and feel good about doing also.
You and Tom and Billy O told me this is what we do. You showed up that first morning and you did exactly what you said. And then the racers started to come and the spectators started to come. They started interacting with the racers. They could not believe that the racers at their level were so friendly, kind, and accommodating to the questions of the spectators. Because the first year, we had a city that knew nothing about criterium racing. I tell you what, the Wednesday morning after the first race, we had a bunch of experts.
Right.
But they couldn't believe, because when we sold it to the people, we said, understand, we have top-notch athletes from around the world coming, and they're not 25 feet away from you. You're going to cross paths. They're going to be moving their bike to the start-finish line when you're walking up the street with a beer.
And with us today, actually the first guy that I met in Janesville is Mark Freitag. Mark is the city manager for Janesville. Janesville doesn't have a mayor, but they've got Mark.
Yep, they've got me, and I'm glad to fulfill the role.
And how long have you been doing this now, Mark?
Almost 7 years.
7 years. So yeah, Mark met with Bill Akowitz and me 3 years ago, and we chatted a little bit about this whole idea of putting on a bike race in the community. And tell us a little bit about your, sort of your initial perspective on things, and then how you're feeling about this event happening in Janesville.
Yeah, well, I would tell you, first of all, thank you for bringing the Tour of America's Dairyland to Janesville. We absolutely love it. As we discussed, 3 years ago, this downtown is under revitalization. Typical story: interstate gets built, downtown businesses move out to the interstate, and your downtown is empty. And so, in 2015, we began a very, very intense effort to revitalize our downtown. And you can do a lot of that with infrastructure, as you can see, but you got to have an active downtown. And so, when you brought the idea of bringing the bike race to Janesville, we were like, oh, this is exactly what we need. This is the kind of signature event that the community can wrap its arms around. They can get excited about, they can get focused on. We can build, some community pride, some community esprit, create teamwork against all those separate agencies. And I think about the bike race. We've got the city, but the city's got, police, we've got fire, we've got the transit system, we've got the city hall folks that all played a role in helping to coordinate that initial race. And then you partner them up with Downtown Janesville Incorporated, our business improvement district, with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, with Blain's Farm and Fleet and other members of the business community. And it creates what I call synergy. And so, you talk about activating your downtown and giving focus and purpose to your community. And that's what the bike race did. And so we're very excited about the past two races, disappointed that COVID kind of interrupted this year's, but we're ready to do it again. What I see is future growth, future prosperity, continued resilience by the community. You're going to come back in this, in another 5-10 years, and this downtown's going to be buzzing. It's going to be humming, along with the rest of the periphery of the community. And so it's a good news story.
The Tour of America's Dairyland, presented by Quick Trip, is blessed and honored every year to have riders from around the United States and really the globe that come to race here. But we've also become known for some of our events like our junior series. It's become at least nationally acclaimed in the time that we've been doing it, and all of that is in large part due to the generosity of Billy Jones, his company WCJ Wire, Pilgrim Wire, and now the Milwaukee Cycling Center and Heather Haviland have been proud sponsors of our junior series for many years. So recently, Todd Busteed caught up with Billy and his son Simon Jones, who, by the way, just a little side story, I gave Simon and his friend Garrett a ride in the pace car many years ago as little rowdy kids, and today they're really good bike racers. So here's Todd with Billy and Simon.
Now, Janesville is one venue that came online a few years ago, and man, they came online loud. Anybody who's raced there loves that venue, and it is a memorable experience. And in the same way, we've created memorable experiences for a lot of young racers, and that's kind of our focus here. We've got one of those young racers all the way back to 2012. He started racing even before that, but in 2012, Simon Jones started logging, I think there were 33 races where you posted results back in 2012. And if you want to do the rough math, racing age this year, 21, is that right, Simon?
That's correct.
Yeah. So, and that wasn't a fluke year either, because, I mean, every year since then, you were all over the globe, all over the country at the very least, and then started traveling internationally. Last year was, what was it, like 50 races you did last year, Simon?
Yeah, I think I had mid-40 number of race days last year, so a lot of bike racing. Kind of the most memorable moment for me since I have been racing Toad. It was my first year of 17-18, so I was, in my last couple years of junior. I'd been racing the junior series for a couple years, and we were trying to get more teams to come into town for the racing. So I was trying to help find some host housing for some other junior teams. And so I went house to house around our neighborhood, ringing doorbells, basically. I set the Lux team up there that year. And I had the Hot Tubes guys, which is the team that I was racing for, staying right across the street. And we were and still to this day, now that I've left juniors, those two teams are rivals, you know? So we had this like kind of crazy, like 2 houses right across the street from each other of these rival teams. But it was always fun. Like we were going over to each other's houses and before and after the races.
So this is where Toad partners with people. We partner with great venues like Janesville. We partner with Billy Jones to create this junior racing series. And then we've got folks coming from all over the country to race it. And, you know, I mean, it takes a lot of people to make this stuff work. Bill Koch, on behalf of the partners, what's it mean for somebody to step up and sponsor an entire series like this?
Well, without that support, it's really difficult to make it happen. So when Billy came in and then passed it on to Heather eventually, but the idea that they really wanted to see the juniors, and we do too, because it's like the lifeline, right? It's the grassroots that feed everything else. So without a juniors field, it really makes it tough. So we've been really committed to that. We've had some challenges with schedules, as everybody knows, the last several years, but the teams that have really been there year in, year out continue to send at least a couple people every year because that's how much they believe in it. Yeah. And so I think Billy and now Heather, but you guys started it and you continue to support it. And, we'll continue to put on the good fight with USA Cycling and just keep putting out the best product we possibly can. So, yeah, fantastic. A lot of people appreciate it. Partners, Toad, racers, juniors, the junior teams that want to create a memorable experience. So Billy, Heather, thanks on behalf of all of them. Simon, good luck. We hope you're back over in Girona and then come back and race with us. And we'll still call you the hometown boy and see if we can't get some people to cheer for you. I don't know. We might have to pay them, but I think there might be some people that, will cheer for you. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining us. Toad on the Road, celebrating all the great stories that have taken place, and our junior racing series, definitely one of them. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for here. From all the partners, all the fabulous sponsors, all the folks that work so hard at the venues to make this such a rich experience for a tour of America's Dairyland, I'm Todd Busteed. Thanks for hanging out with us.